welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Roundtable. My name is Shelley, and joining me this morning is my co-host, Get a Kirk. What's going on? And of course, we have guests this morning. That's right, 2 guests. So we have DNA consultant, polygenics, thank you, consultant, Miss Felicia Salmon.
Hello.
And of course, television presenter and producer right here at CVM. Lord, Jesus, important things. Mr. Ronaldo Adams is here this morning with us. Good morning. Welcome to the Roundtable.
Good morning.
How is everybody doing? It's May, finally the best month of the year as far as I'm concerned. Yes, said it. How's everybody doing this morning?
I am doing great.
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
That on a serious note, not so serious. I know we're talking about serious things this morning, but relax, man. It will be fine. But let's see what's going on the social media. Let's what's buzzing on our social buzz.
Everything in the community last night had to close because of the mosquito invasion.
If you want us to synchronize swimming or dancing, ask the mosquito synchronize dancing. In the sky, come up and go down and dance and come around and go back on. Whole group of them. Me not ask nobody that.
I'm calling on the health department to take immediately the action of spraying.
But you know what? Sometimes I think that the mosquito them still don't have meeting, you know, and send out them people to really take us on. I mean, love the clip, by the way. What inspired that?
Well, you know, I don't know how many are familiar, but that was an original throwback CVM segment from the news. Okay. And the producers came by and said, you know, this would be something good to recreate for social media. And that was that, you know. No,
but well, you know, the truth is a lot of Jamaicans can relate to the mosquito invasion. For true.
Most definitely.
What's your relationship with mosquitoes?
Oh dear, I live in Portmore.
Come on.
That is Portmore's national brand.
No. Come on. Yes. Which part of Portmore are you?
I live in Westchester.
I live in Bridgeport, and I've been living in Portmore for 9 years now, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Well, you see, we're going to allow the people who live in Portmore to have this debate, because I can say when I visit Portmore, I encounter the birds. I encounter them, but I'll allow you to have that conversation. Iker?
Every single second.
Don't it? Yes, man, you notice, man. Well, you know, it's time to jump out of the social spaces and jump into our bags. It's time for a bag of things. But you're a farmer. Yes. Tell us about your Zen garden, because he's so Zen.
So, how this all started was in January, I believe, right? When I went to the grocery store and I was like, why is tomatoes so expensive? Right? It was ridiculous, some ridiculous prices. And I like, unlike a lot of people, I like tomatoes. You know, some people can't manage the texture or whatever. Yes. So I started, you know, planting the tomatoes. I was like, all right, if I'm going to do tomatoes, might as well do some ginger too. And then when I did the ginger, I was like, you know what? I really like turmeric tea, you know. And then I did the turmeric as well. And then everything just spiraled out of control. I have tomatoes, broccoli, okra, sweet potato, scotch bonnet, dragon fruit.
Really?
Everything. Even the star apple tree. Yeah, everything.
Well, Kirk, I'm telling you, you get 2 extra marks this morning, because I am very impressed. Because every time I try grow things, them dead. So we talk after. You can help me with that problem.
I'll give you tips. I'll give you the tips.
It's a real problem. But you know, let's see what's coming up hot. I think something is coming. I see the box. Thank you, darling. Oh, Lord have mercy. From Kirk's farm to this topic. Make us see what I go on now. Paternity fraud. You are not the father. Well, you know what? Before we even get into the deep of things, remember I introduced Miss Felicia earlier. She have on a shirt which says polygenics consulting, DNA testing. Let's talk about paternity fraud in Jamaica. We have some idea of the figures, but tell me what it is that you do and how that can probably arm some of the persons who are unsure about the genetics of the children that they have.
Great question. All right, so at Polygenics Consulting, we perform a wide range of DNA testing. And based on studies, we realize that there is a prevalence of paternity fraud in Jamaica. And that's the reason why we urge persons to do the DNA testing to be sure. We have seen where 7 out of 10 fathers that have been tested are not the father of the child.
All right, so let us start there. 7 out of 10 fathers that are tested at your institution is not the father. I see 2 men at the table. I always like to ask men about these things, you know, because me is a woman, so you all know me, I got to talk about woman things. So let's talk about the men. So gentlemen, obviously paternity fraud, and for those who don't know, that word probably sounds very, very fancy. Basically, the man gets a child that is not him. Jamaican vernacular, jacket. So for the gentlemen, and I'll start with you, my esteemed reporter over here, to take a look at what does it feel like from the standpoint of a man who wants to be a father and who finds out that the child that he's so invested in, both financially and the other Ellis, is not his child. Can you walk us through what that might be like?
It would be scary, right? It would be scary. But simultaneously, it's like, I wouldn't say expect it, but we know, not bashing anyone, but you know, women are wicked. Yeah? Them wicked. And the mere fact you says 7 out of 10, that's 70%. That's very high. So me now, I got invest into this nice, beautiful young lady and say, all right, we're going to bear a child together. And then when you pick me born now, few months down the line, you hear say, Ronaldo D. Cordova Valentino Adams Jr. is not mine. Huh? What am I supposed to do? So it is. I can't even find my words.
All right, and I agree. It can be scary, and that's the reason why what we do is we allow counseling to happen before DNA testing and even after DNA testing, because this can have emotional, you know, it can be an emotional roller coaster for persons if they find out that they're not the father. And we also have cases where they find out that they're not the father and they're still willing to participate in the child.
I know of that as well. So Kirk, you're very quiet right here,
Big up them, because I'm not doing it. I cannot. I will not. I can't do it. This is actually one of the stats that pushed me in grabbing my passport and leaving the country to find a wife and, you know, bring her home and all of that stuff. So, yeah, I'm a full-on passport bro because of this stat and many other stats. But this is one of the big ones for me, right? 70%.
That's high.
Yes, that's high. All right, okay, pull it in. The statistic is not 70% of Jamaican fathers have jackets. The statistic is 70% of those who Felicia and her organization were tested came up that is not their child. But it makes sense because the fact that they tested it means that they had a doubt, or they had a reason to have a doubt. So the fact that the results in that case is high is not surprising. But I really want us to talk about some other things. Now listen, when it comes to man get jacket, Jamaica have a way them say sometimes a man get a jacket, but jacket fit, it cut to size. Now, I understand that, you know, building relationship with a child who is not biologically yours, and then you find out that the child it was a deception. I understand all of those ramifications. I know it can be negative for the man, it can also be negative for the child. But I like to talk about prevention, and I like to talk about going into things with actual knowledge. And I believe, and this is Shelley-Ann speaking. I believe that we need to be more deliberate about who or when we have children. People are having children because it's a consequence, not because it's a choice. And so we find ourselves in a situation where we get to say, remember I said the premise is woman wicked and, oh yes, what did it say? Say it again.
I remember.
Oh, well, simply more wicked. So if the premise is that woman wicked, why are you putting yourself in a position where she could call your name and she's big and wicked? You know so she's wicked.
Yeah, you know, it's a choice.
You don't know all the time.
No, but you start out, and they say you start and you say, woman wicked.
I don't know all the time. Them can put on a facade.
Oh, so them trick you?
Sometimes.
They say that's when
you're allowed to be
trickery is possible, is what you're saying.
I have a big heart, you know?
I see.
But the interesting thing is, right, even though we know that, all right, 70% of the men that test are not the fathers, another stat is a quarter of the men in Jamaica are raising children that are not biologically theirs. So is it that we're developing a culture to make it okay that we're raising other men's children? Although I not do it, and I don't recommend you do it either.
Hold on, Mr. May I get the sign so we need to go for the break. No, good. Because I just want to be sure about what you're saying. Because every time we have this conversation about fatherhood and who's present and who's absent and who's picking up the slack, we don't address the absentee. Because maybe if the biological father was there, the other person who's raising that child who's not biologically theirs wouldn't even have had the opportunity to do so. Why aren't we addressing that? Why are we okay with saying Jamaica has a single mother household, that is single mother this and single mothers are ruining the world?
If me find out the pitney enough for me, that mother will be single.
If you find out the pitney is yours, though, what about the men who knows that it's their child and not participate?
Right.
Yes,
No.
let's talk about those men.
Those men are what we call walkless.
Walkless.
You understand? And I would never implore a man to not take care of his responsibilities. So if you just have to step up to the plate. Even if you and the mother can't get along for whatever reason, you have an obligation to that child to ensure that they're taken care of, whether financially or even just your presence, because most times that's what children really need.
Yes.
A father figure to grow them and help them to matriculate through the various levels, you know?
Right, so I want to hear more about the DNA testing. How hesitant are Jamaicans to go to do DNA tests? Do you see the numbers increasing? What's the output looking like right now?
Best believe it. The males are very hesitant to get a DNA test done. I am thinking they might be scared of the result. And we know men, just like how they don't like to go to the doctor, they don't like to come in to do the DNA testing. Most of our appointments, they're booked by females.
Really?
Yes.
That's very interesting. I'd like to explore that a little more. Let's go to the break. When we come back, there'll be more after this. And welcome back to the Roundtable this morning. And the topic is paternity fraud. You are not the father. You know the word fraud right there. So let's talk about the legal implications. There are a lot of persons who believe that once they find out they were deceived, people should be prosecuted. Thoughts? Who wants to take it? I want to hear from you. Go ahead.
I don't think it's that extreme. If I find out the child is not mine, I say, well, all right, Shelly, and it was good while it lasted, but I can't trust you again. I'm just proceed with my life. Simple. I'm not carrying on a court.
No, hold on. What about the men that find out later on in life? Now, for example, let me give you an analogy, right? Your woman say, you know, honey, I want to start this business, right? She get the location and everything. All right, I'm going to put the business in our name. Then now, you work in that business. You invest your money in that business. That business then blooms and grows over the years of your hard work at that business, right? And then, after 18 years, you find out that, oh, this business is not in my name and your name, it's in another man's name and your name. Hold on. So, is you and the other man own the business, not me? What are you supposed to do as a man? Continue working in that business?
Kirk is not the same business.
That's a lot of investment.
Kirk is not the same. You don't even need that analogy. Just talk about that child for 18 years. Boom.
I am speaking from personal view, right? Because I am going to And any woman, any girl that I'm going to get involved with, it's going to be mandatory. I'm going to make that clear from the top, from the jump. We could have loved you so much, we could have rated you so much, we could have respected you so much. We have to do a DNA test because I've seen whereas these things break families and it has detrimental
but what if she says to you then, what do you mean, you don't trust me? And I can't be with you if you don't trust me. Obviously I have trust issues.
Well, so be it.
That's fine.
It's a great idea to do the DNA test, and guess what? You can even do the DNA test while mommy is pregnant.
Yes.
Right.
Oh.
So back to what Kirk said, instead of, you know, spending so much money for 18 years, do the DNA test while mommy is pregnant.
I fully agree with you, but there's another side to that where people are talking about the fact that they think that the government should mandate DNA testing as soon as the child is born. Do you think that's necessary?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why
Absolutely.
yes?
To confirm that the child is mine biologically.
You don't need the government to mandate that to confirm that. You can do that now. So
On your own.
No, but remember, I think what either of you ladies raised the point that suppose a woman don't want to do it. But
you don't need that permission?
So I can just take the child and go do it?
What's stopping you?
Well.
But you need the DNA of the mother.
No, you don't. It's your DNA you need and the child's DNA to verify the child is yours. You don't need the mother's DNA for that?
What many persons don't know is that the DNA test can be done discreetly.
Yes.
So you don't even have to bring the child to the office.
Just
you can
swab
take
the
a discrete sample. It doesn't even have to be swabbed. You can use the fingernail clippings, ear wax.
And as a professional, you're saying that's right?
It can be used.
No, it's not a question. The right part is on you. What
however, that will have to be considered as a personal test. Correct. So that cannot be used for legal matters.
Oh.
Right. So it will only be for your peace of mind.
My peace of mind?
There will be no peace after you find out.
But you're going to know.
But wait a minute. You know, so the test can also prove it's yours too, right?
That's right.
Right.
And throw them up in the air and go back.
Exactly. You know, you can go online and buy at home DNA kits where you can swab it in and send it, go get tested and carry it back and send it back. And the child's mother don't even have to know. And you get the result, the baby's yours, boom, you have your peace of mind, you don't have to argue with nobody, you don't have to have no discussion, there's no issue about trust. You do get the peace of mind that you need. Right. I am saying this problem is already solved. What we need is conscientious people who are actually honest in their intent, because part of the problem is you have some man who the baby have feed them face and I talk about and I feed them pitney.
Listen. Usually we have seen situations like that. However, sometimes when the result comes back, it's not their child.
So I feel that Adam brother, like you said, Adam brother
We'll probably have to do a DNA with the brother.
It's like being the kinship. But you're correct. But I think if you are starting with the premise that woman wicked, where you need the government to intervene for? Seriously. But what I want to find out, okay, so right now, there's a lot of cases where people only end up doing the DNA test when they file to go abroad, and then they realize that the child is not theirs. For the parent, you say you won't do it, you say you won't do it. But let us look at the angle from the parent who say, look here, I don't care what you say now. All my life, the only father them know is me. The DNA test never change at me. It's still father. What do you think about those men, and how do you think they will really help to maintain a good relationship with the child even after knowing that?
Big up them. That's the first thing. Props to you if you want to raise your child, voluntarily. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be in that child's life and raise him, voluntarily. But it's the deception that hurts most men that makes them unwilling to do so. So if she's upfront with it, and there is, I guess, process of forgiveness that she cheated on him or whatever, then yeah, sure. They can make amends and raise that child by themselves, because mothers raise babies to become boys, but men raise boys to become men.
Wait, hold on. I have to go unpack that for a second. Mothers raise... Go and say it again. Make I write it down.
Mothers raise babies to become boys, but only men can raise boys to become men. So a father's role is very important in the development of a child.
We agree.
Especially when it comes to younger boys.
We agree that fathers are important in the development role of a child. But I mean, just the part where you just give the baby to the mother. And the father, no, in your statement, in the mother, the baby part and the raising part.
Oh yeah, he has to help out too.
No, you never sound like that to yourself.
No, I'm just stating the importance of the different parts of stages in life.
All right, we're not going to take you on about that this morning. All right, so let us look at this now. We have a situation in Jamaica right now where paternity fraud is what it is. What can we do? How do we move forward? What are we saying to young men who are watching right now who say, ooh, like you, them not take care of nobody pitney, or the men who have doubts? What do we want them to think about or know or learn from what we're talking about right now? I'm going to start with you.
As you alluded to earlier, I would just continue to implore them to just know your partner, know who you're getting involved with. I mean, nothing is foolproof, anything is possible, but just know who you're dealing with, and the first sign of a red flag, you just depart.
Boy, the poor relationship, them in trouble. Oh, we hit the home stretch right after the break. See when we get back. Thanks so much for staying with us. Boy, you know what time it is. Final thoughts. Where does the time go? Kirk, let me start with you. What are your final thoughts on this morning's topic?
My final thoughts is something very surprising. We all know it's your birthday today. And, you know, we know you're a fashionista. We know you're into getting all nice and sexy with your clothing and outfit and makeup and everything. So we have something very special for you today. Nice. And it's coming along.
Oh my goodness! Oh, Lord, let me catch yourself. This is mine?
From what I've been told, you can choose something from this rack.
Let me see what degree of excitement I must reach. Is it all mine, or I must pick one?
You must pick one. You must pick one.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. You know I like color and things. Okay. Lord. Hold on. These other vibes. I'm going to pick something that I normally wouldn't pick. Something that is different. So this look to me.
Just model it for them. Model it with the camera.
To me. This one. I think this is the one. Yes. I wouldn't have chosen something like this, but I can rock it because we're fabulous like that. Yes. Tomorrow is my birthday too. Yeah, let's do this again.
Wow.
Oh wow. We must tell thanks. Tankana. This is so awesome. Lord, I love this one. But let me show you the other choices. Yes. Bare things. Look at the color on my skin. Bare things. Nice, nice. Oh Lord, look how we're talking about paternity fraud and look how distract me. Jesus. Whoa, this nice bad. I think I might like this one instead. This one looks different from me. Yes, ma'am.
So happy that you get to spend another year on this planet with us mere humans, celebrating life and showing us all how it needs to be done. I love you, and I wish for you the best birthday ever, and all your dreams come true.
Happy birthday, Shelly. One more pandem.
I have something to say, and I'm just gonna say it. Happy birthday, Shelly and Weeks. Big up your shagging self. And I think he wants to...
Cry on TV. Leave me alone. Stop it. Thank you guys so much.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
I had some final thoughts about this, but I don't remember them. Thank you guys so much. I feel so special this morning. I appreciate you. And thank you to the viewers who see me on the road all the time and continue the conversation that we have online on the table here. And I know we're going to continue this one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know based on the start of today, it's going to get even better. And thank you to our guests, Gizam. And you know, say, I'm not as tough as I look here. My ball very easy, Gizam. Oh, it's a wrap for today's roundtable. Thank you to our amazing guests, Ronaldo Adams and Miss Felicia. Felicia, tell me your last name again.
Summons.
Felicia Summons from Polygenetics.
Polygenics
Consulting. Thank you.
Yes.
Look here, PR, go do your test, find out what's going on
and
in your
guess
life.
what? We do free DNA consulting. Right.
Color. Right. And thank you so much to Kirk. Get a Kirk. Kirk, you did that. Very, very bad. And you know, as you get on with your day today, please remember to be good, be on purpose, have an awesome day, take care, walk good.
Superstar, yeah, that's who you are. head no stop spin. Question them accent. She buy a drink and she chill out relaxing. You're so beautiful and belly flat and it remind me of me flat screen.